Oh, good morning. So it's very nice that you're being used just at 7:30 in the morning. But thank you for joining. Now we're going to start with kneeling with Nancy and Liz. I think you already saw this. We make a thick enough support so that you're truly comfortable in your knees. If kneeling really doesn't work, it'll be sitting up with your legs out in front. So we're trying to get the pose to go straight back so the feet are parallel. Reason being, we're stretching evenly the inside and outside of the ankle. So we're trying to get a really stable and even strength and flexibility into our foundation, feet and ankles. Let's give the upper body a little stretch too. We'll take the arms out and make some circles. So turn your palms up, point your thumbs back, stretch them back. Curl your fingers in. And as you make these little circles, don't have your arms so high that it's squashing the back of the neck. So keep the shoulder blades down. Start to warm up in the middle back. Feel the core of your body really lifting the spine so you're aware of your stability. Good. And then turn the palms down and thumbs go forward this time. But still try to reach that little finger edge of your hand as back as far as it'll go when you make your circle. And neck relax. Very easy to be trying to lift your shoulders using your neck. Wait. And then release. Shoulders will be warmed up a little. Good. And we'll take the arms out wide again. And this time, Garudasana arms. So right elbow over the left, as high as you can above your elbow. And you can hold your shoulders or your thumb or face your palm. And we're going to lift the elbows up and look up, but draw the shoulder blades down. Keep relaxing the back of the neck. Keep feeling the front core hugging the spine so that you feel supported the whole length of your spine. Finding your breath. Good. And then we'll release that side. And now we're going to do left over right. So as high as you can above your elbows. Either hold your shoulders or your thumbs or your palms. Draw the shoulder blades down. Lift the elbows and looking. We try to make more space, more length at the back of the neck. Feeling the front core supporting the lengthening, the strength of the spine. Good, and then release that one. Nice work. We're going to come into an all fours position. So take a blanket under your knees if you need that extra padding. Have room behind you, and we're going to be stretching a leg out behind. And let's just start warming up our wrists first. So stretch the fingers out wide. And we're going to make little circles. And then the other direction. Good, and then forward and back. Find that you can press your fingerprints down the base of your index fingers. Good, and then we'll walk the knees together. And then we're going to just take the leg, one leg at a time up. So right leg up and look up. And as you exhale, bring the knee forward and as though you could touch your nose to your knee. Good, and then keep the same leg, right leg back and lift up nice and high, look up. And then bring the leg forward as though you could touch your nose and your knee. Good, and right leg behind again, lift it up, nice and straight. Good, and forward. 2 more. Good work. And then we're going to do the left knee. So lift it up nice and straight behind, high as you can, looking up. And then as you exhale, knee curls in towards the nose. Nose to knee. Left leg behind, nice and straight. Lift it up, look up. Good. Forward. Curl your spine. Two more of those. Great work. Take the knees out wide and come into forward Virasana. Let the hips really sink towards the heels. Find the deep flow of your breath. And creep the fingertips forward, forward, lengthening the sides of the waist, the armpits, the back of the neck. And breathing deeply. Reach the shoulder blades back, the top of the head further forward. Look for opportunities to lengthen, to let go of tension. Good. And then we'll come down onto elbows, forearms parallel, knees in together. The further back you take your knees, the more work for the core of the body. So you can do this from a modified plank with the hips just off the floor. Good. And you're going to see how you go, just trying to lift one knee off the floor. So you can rest on the front of the foot or you can lift that leg up. Good. And then you'll release that down. We're going to go from side to side. So you might be just lifting one knee off the floor and lifting the leg. Good. Side to side. Feel the core of the body supporting so you don't sag into your lower back. Good. And then we're going to lay the front of the body nice and long down onto the floor. Rest your forehead on your hands. And wobble the pelvis across the thighs or the soft muscle, soft tissue at the front of your body so that you're relaxed in your lower back. Good. Now we're going to keep that nice and relaxed. Hands under the shoulders and lift your breastbone. And we want to be using the upper part of the back here. So keep the lower part relaxed. And can you feel that upper spine really engaging? Bones of the spine reaching forward, looking forward. Finding the breath to be satisfying. Good. And then we're going to lengthen and lower down. And this time, relax your hands back beside you. Turn your face to one cheek. Mm. Good, and then onto your forehead again. And we're going to lift the breastbone. And again, just wobble a little bit your lower back. So the pelvis wobbles. So you keep nice and soft again in the lower back. And try to make the lift in your upper spine. We'll keep the lower back relaxed. Good, and lift the palms. If it's a little too strong, put your hands back under your shoulders. We're lifting the palms, or looking forward, and we're reaching back through the fingertips. We're nice and relaxed in the lower spine, really engaged and vibrant in the upper back. Good, and we're going to swing a little bit from side to side. Good, and then lay down nice and long. And completely relax. You can really feel that work. All right, and this time we're going to use the lower back as well to engage. So press your feet, squeeze your kneecaps away from the floor, squeeze the buttock muscles together. And lifting the breastbone and the arms, the palms, looking forward. Whole back feeling vibrant, energized. Find the breath. Good, and then swinging a little bit your torso from side. And then release. And turn your head the other way. And completely relax. Good. And we're going to lift up onto all fours. And arching the spine up and down. Discovering movement all the way along the spine. Easing out that tension that we create in the strong work of lifting the body from the prone position. And then add in a wave-like movement. So bend your elbows. You can wave your spine. We'll tuck the toes under, downward facing dog pose. One heel down towards the floor at a time. So that kind of pedaling movement. Starting to find the stretch in the back of the legs. And even though we bring that element of challenge into the posture, try to keep your head really relaxed, which means your neck is relaxed. Shoulders. Even move the whole torso from side to side as you pedal here. You can look under one armpit and then the other. Good. And then we're going to try and get to the front of the mat. So take tiny little steps if you can and try to press your heels down towards the floor. It doesn't matter where you run out of room or get stuck, just come up from there. On a cold morning, you get stuck earlier. Inhale and come on and look up. And Tadasana. Come to the front of the mat, and if you like to have your chair seat, put your hands on instead of reaching to the floor, and put your seat there. Rolling up my sleeve. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana, and keep your back nice and easeful. It feels like you can just wriggle around in there. There's no tension. But let your legs stretch a little bit. So it might be one at a time. Whatever helps you really engage that big stretch in the back of the leg. And then we're going to step the left foot back. And Keep the left heel on the floor. So don't step back so far you can't get the heel down, the shorter distance. We've got the feet facing forward. Good. And we want to feel like we really can trust our feet. So we're going to rock forward and back a little bit. As you rock forward, you can lift the heel up. And as you rock back, put the left heel down and even lift the right toes up. So rocking back and forward on your leg. Keep your toes spreading out nice and wide, nice and long. Legs are parallel. All right, both feet back down onto the floor and really trust them. Bend your front leg so you can reach your breastbone further forward. Good. And we're going to try and straighten the front leg. Back heel is pressing, and we start to straighten and find that resistance. In the challenge of that, find your breath, connecting to the breath. Good. And we're going to lift up and step forward, bring the left foot forward and balance. However your balance is working this morning, so it might be your left hip toes on the floor. You might have your hands pressing at the heart, shoulder blades anchor down. Good, and then release that. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. Good. Find ease in your back again. Wiggle around a little. Get comfortable in there. Legs nice and movable, mobile. Okay, right foot back, and we're looking for a distance where you can keep your back heel pressing down. Good. Your hands are on either your chair or the floor. If you had blocks, you could put your hands on blocks, of course. All right, and we're going to do that rocking forward and back. And as you rock back, lift your left toes up off the floor. As you rock forward, lift your right heel up off the floor. You're tuning into the feet. Try and keep the toes nice and straight and long. Try to keep the spine feeling easeful. It's easy to feel really overstretched in the lower back. So just as much as you can. Vibrant, engaged spine reaching forward. Good. Let's place the feet down and appreciate their good grounding. You feel nicely balanced. Bend your front leg so you can reach the breastbone even further forward. Keep the back heel down. Breastbone even further forward. Good. And now try to straighten the front leg. Ooh. We really come up against a lot of resistance here. But rather than shying away, we're trying to recognize it and appreciate it in our body. Finding the breath. Good. And then we're going to lift up, step forward, and balance on the left leg. Ooh. In one smooth movement. Bring the right tiptoes to the floor or holding your knee or just lifting your leg, wherever you might be up to with your challenging your own balance. Good. I'm going to do that all a little bit faster now. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, Uttanasana. Good. Look forward. Step the left foot back. Keep the heel on the floor. Good. We're going to try for straight legs, but we want to have that nice easeful feeling in the spine. Good. We're going to step forward, lift up, balance on the right leg, and the left foot comes in front. You can have the hands pressing in front of the heart. Draw the shoulder blades down. So whichever hold, see if you can really feel engaged in the core of the body, lifting your spine. Good. And then release that side. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana, look forward. Step the right foot back. So have the heel down, straight legs, but see if you can ease your spine. Maybe the legs don't go all the way straight, but in that direction, straight as they can be, and spine as easeful and as long as it can. Good. We're going to step forward, lift up, balance on the left leg. Ooh. Taking your balance hold, paying attention to the core of the body here. Good. And then release that side. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, Uttanasana. Bigger step back with the left foot this time. Drop your back knee towards the floor, bend your front leg and lift the torso and the arms into the crescent lunge. Draw the shoulder blades down. Good. Bring the hands in front of your heart. Step forward, balance on the right foot, left foot in front. Take your hold. Feel the core of the body engage. Good. And we're going to take the knee, left knee out to the left side. So you might still have your tiptoes on the floor. You might be holding your knee or your foot, but out to the side. Back to center. Good. And then release that side. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. Look up. Right leg steps back. Nice big distance this time. Drop the knee almost to the floor. Bend your front leg. Lift up into crescent lunge. Shoulder blades are reaching down. Back is lengthening. You feel a vibrancy to the spine. Support from the core of the body. And a satisfying breath. Hands in front of the heart. Stepping forward. Balancing on your left leg. Finding your feet, foot, the core of the body. Your ease. You have a balanced hold. And we're going to take the knee out to the right side. So the right knee to the right. Good. And then back to center. Mountain pose. Urdhva. Bring the hands together in front of the heart and step back so you can see the long edge of your mat. Sorry, the device. And you're parallel to the long edge of the mat. Try to combine two sentences. Toes in, heels out. Good. Let's make a star shape. Okay, energetic legs. And feel the vibrancy of your spine as you lift the breastbone. Look. Good. And then with that feeling of core support, we're reaching forward and hands onto the floor or onto your legs if they don't reach the floor. And the heels are out, toes are in, and we're pressing into that outside edge of the feet. Lifting the inner arches of the feet and the knees. We're going to squeeze the kneecaps up so you feel really supported in your knees. If it hurts to have them really straight, bend them a little bit. And the other thing you want to do is if you happen to hyperextend your knees so they seem to bow out behind when you get them straight, try to keep them straight rather than over straight. So lift the kneecaps, quadriceps. Look up, look forward. Good. And then walk your hands out as far as you can, but without bringing the hips forward. So we're looking for the lengthening in the upper body here, of the torso. Sides of the waist lengthen, armpits lengthen. Sides of the neck lengthen. And we feel a really strong foundation through the feet, so don't grip your toes, your legs, and a vibrancy to the lengthening of the spine. Good. Walk your hands now to the left. So stay forward and walk them as far as they'll go to the left, and especially reach your right arm further. So you'll get a bigger stretch in the right ribs, right waist. Keep the legs strong. Keep the neck relaxed. Flow of the breath. Let that be your guide. Come back to the center. Good. And then over to the right side. And especially reach with your left arm here. So you really get to stretch the left side of the body. Oh. Good. And then back. Okay, now we're going to sit down from here. How on earth? I'm going to put my hands back underneath the shoulders and jump into a squat and sit. But you're going to work out whatever little steps take. So, of course, we get used to moving without really thinking about what we're doing. Of course, we have to be able to do that. So, really interesting to take a close look at what those movements are and why we might be moving. So, simple feet, so your legs are comfortable. You're going to make circles with the ribs around the pelvis. Make them as small a circle or as big a circle as feels good in your body. Can you notice the pelvis shifting in its tilt? You can go around the other direction. So as you're forward, we want the pelvis to tilt forward. And as you're back, maybe you can feel that the pelvis tilts back. And back to center. Good. Now we're going to take a forward bend. Warmed up nicely there. So you can have your legs out straight if that's going to work better, or cross your legs the other way. Hands behind the line of the hips a little, and see if you can get that feeling of your pelvis tilting forward. And we want to relax the lower back. Let it sway a little bit or wave a little bit from side to side. Okay, and we're going to keep a very gentle side to side wave, but start to ease your torso forward. Lifting the belly and lengthening the belly forward. A little bit of a side to side wave. and exploring your forward movement. Now, wherever that lands, and then put your hands where they support you most. You might be keeping them behind your hip. You're more upright. And if you're further forward, maybe you take your hands forward. And be still now and as centered as one can be in the position. Finding your breath. And we're going to concentrate on the exhalation. At the end of the exhalation, make a little bit of space, a little pause. Notice that pause. Let the tension of the body disperse there. And the next breath is fresh and new. Just what you need. Good. And then inhale. Come up. Good. We're going to lay down. Place your left heel on your right knee. We're going to aim for getting the heel as close to the front of the hip as you can. So everyone has a different stage along that range of movement. And of course, no one needs to overdo it. All right, so you put that wherever, might be still on the knee, might be in front of the hip, and we're going to lift up the right foot off the floor. And you're going to hold your legs where it makes sense to keep them moving in towards the chest. Have an inclination to the left knee moving away from the left shoulder. Oh, relaxing your back, your chest, even though your arms are holding. Try to keep your arms relaxed and just relax. So we're in a half lotus preparation. And if it feels all right, you can try straightening your right leg as well. Good, and then release that side. So we're back in our feet on the floor, hip width, nice neutral position for the spine. So relaxing there. Right heel, left knee. Sometimes that's plenty. You've already done your full range of movement. But others have more to explore. So see how you go, moving the heel closer to the front of the left hip. Good, and then we're going to pick up the left foot off the floor and take hold somewhere. I didn't say it on the first side, but I'm sure you know. When you take hold, sometimes we've got to lift up off the floor and we feel really uncomfortable trying to reach. Don't do that. Make sure your head, your neck, your spine feel very supported in a really healthy shape here. So even though the legs are doing something challenging, we're relaxed in the spine. Okay, and the inclination to reach the right knee away from the right shoulder. See how you go with that. Hard one. Okay, and if you still have a little bit more room to move, you can take your left leg to straight as well. The spine is thoroughly supported here. So traditionally we'd do this, or classically do this posture sitting and trying to reach forward, but I've just turned it around so that you can feel the alignment of your spine. And we don't get so hung up on what the legs are doing or not doing. Okay, good. And then we're going to release that side. And if you find that you get pretty stiff in that posture, and of course, if you've had a hip replacement or you might need a hip replacement, so you're going to find that really challenging. Always working with care, compassion. Okay, core of the body. Let's take the arms out from the shoulders and lift the feet up off the floor. Press your lower back into the floor and just sway your legs from side to side. But really try and keep all of the skin of your lower back supported by the floor or pressing onto the floor. Cool. It's surprisingly hard work. Try to keep the chest relaxed, the neck relaxed. Hard to do. Okay, pressing, pressing, pressing. Nice. Now, we're going to keep pressing. Come back to center with your leg. But lift your hips now and swing them right. And pressing your lower back as you roll your legs over to the left side. So that weight will transfer to the left lower back. And even try and press your left side core to the floor. Notice the difference in that posture when we're trying to make that connection to the floor. Good. And we'll turn to look over the right arm. So you can have your knees on the floor, or you can be lifting a little. Imagine you could press your left sideways or lower back. Oh, yeah. All right, whole core to lift your leg and come back to center. Oh, and we're going to do that same, just in the middle somewhere. Press your lower back, really press, and wobble your knees from side to side. Maybe some people don't really wobble. Just sway your knees from side to side. All right, back to center, but keep the lower back pressing. So we're going to try and keep as much of our spine in contact with the floor or our back, the skin of our back, even though we're going to go to the side. Okay, so just lift your hips, swing them left, and now we're keeping the right side of the back on the floor as you take your knees down to the floor. It's a different way of moving in this posture. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing until you get your knees down, and you can rest them onto the floor if you like, except you want to keep pressing your right lower back into the floor. And we're looking back over the left arm. And if you like to work a little harder, you can lift the knees just off the floor. Oh. And then the whole core engaged. And we lift up. Wow. Back to center. Hugging your knees into your chest. Great. And we're going to take happy baby pose. Another skin of the back pressing onto the floor posture. And just try to get your knees as wide as they'll go, your feet as wide as they'll go. And it might even feel nice. Try and straighten one leg. and in the other. Find that you can get your feet wider, your knee closer to the floor. You go through that straightening one and then straightening the other. And back and belly relax. Mm-hmm. Good. And then releasing. And if you'd like to stay for Shavasana, lay your feet out, your legs out flat, straight. You might have a blanket under your thigh. You need to finish your practice. Rolling over and coming up to sitting. Okay. So if you're staying for Shavasana, getting yourself comfortable. So we've done a lot of work on the spine in this practice. Just notice if your lower back is holding away from the floor. Releasing where you can. You want to feel broad across the shoulders and the chest. Feel that the back of the neck is long. And making some last wriggles. And then relinquishing the weight of your body to the floor. Feel the warmth of your exhalation. That moment between the breath exhaling and the next inhalation. Moment where we can let go of what is unnecessary. Breathing in is what we need. Our spent breath becoming essential in breath. Of the beings on the planet. And at the same time that we breathe, feeling that we are being free. Flexing your toes, soles of your feet, ankles, and lower legs. Relaxing your knees and thighs. Your hips and belly and buttocks. Relaxing your lower back, your middle back, between your shoulder blades. Your ribs, chest, shoulders. Relaxing your armpits and upper arm, elbows and forearms, wrists and hands, and fingers and thumbs. The back of your neck and throat. Skull, scalp, forehead, around your eyebrows, between them, around your eyes, nose, mouth, like your lips and tongue, palate, jaw, ears. Feel your whole relaxed body being breathe. Mm. Feel again the support underneath you. Feeling of being still. And moving with curiosity out of that stillness. So you can roll to your side and come up to sitting. Mm. Hands at your heart. Take the feeling of the practice. Namaste.